American Council of the Blind logo, ACB's Growth Report, Eric Bridges, ACB Executive Director, Nancy Marks-Becker, ACB Chief Financial Officer.
Good morning, ACB. This is Eric Bridges, Executive Director of the American Council of the Blind, and I'm so pleased to be joined by our Chief Financial Officer, Nancy Becker. Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning, everybody. It is so great to be in the middle of our hybrid convention, and it has been exciting to be with members of our community who we have not seen for 2 years.
That's right. Folks might not remember, it seems like it was so long ago, even though it was just a little over 2 years ago when we held our DC Leadership Conference the last week in February. So wonderful to be back with everyone. Excited for what has been taking place this week and the voting and all the goodness that's coming from a hybrid convention. Last year, Nancy and I chatted with you all about growth and about what ACB, what the budget looks like, some of the revenue drivers within our budget, and how ACB has grown the last 3 or 4 years. This year, we're going to provide you with some additional updates. And why don't we go ahead, Nancy, and let's kick it off and talk about a couple of the new positions that we added and those employees for this fiscal year 2022. The board approved 2 additional positions for the organization. And in March, we were very pleased to welcome Rick Morin as ACB's ACB Media and IT Manager. And he does what his title says he does. And it's been wonderful having Rick join the team. He's been contracting with us and also a longtime volunteer with what was known as ACB Radio before it became ACB Media. Rick is doing a tremendous job managing the hybrid component of this convention. This has taken an immense amount of time to put together with Rick's assistance and many others on our team, as well as other members, and we're so thankful for that. Also in March, I will just add, with Rick moving into a full-time role, we were really happy to be able to welcome Larry Gassman as a contractor working on ACB Media, and it's been great to have him become a more formalized part of the ACB Media and ACB team, and just want to welcome him and recognize him for all of his efforts. So much of what we're doing this week is virtual. Being able to listen through acbmedia.org or the ACB Link app or through your Echo at home provides many different ways to access the content of this awesome conference and convention. Also in March, we were very happy to welcome an individual to oversee ACB's 2 thrift stores in Texas. And Nancy, I'll hand it off to you because Chris Sawyer works with you in the Minneapolis office.
Correct. So one thing that we knew is if we were going to be more successful with the thrift stores, that we needed to grow our thrift store business, and we needed somebody who would be could dedicate more of their time to manage the day-to-day operations. So we hired Chris. He's hired to be the general thrift store manager, and he has done a fabulous job of ensuring quality merchandise is placed on the floor. He's working to draw more customers into our store, and so we have efficient processes in place. At the beginning of the year, we had challenges in meeting our sales goals in the stores just because I couldn't dedicate as much time as I needed to the thrift store processes. Since Chris has been brought on board, he's worked diligently with the 2 store managers And we have started to see increases in their sales goals or in their sales that they're doing in the store. He's done a fabulous job of working with both Harley and Lauren to make sure that when people come into the stores, it looks presentable, that they're following processes. And I am so thrilled to have him in our office. And some of you have called into our office and he answers the phone and helps you with MMS donation changes. If you want to make a donation and they wonder why, is our thrift store manager answering the phone and taking care of that, because the other part of Chris's job is also managing our database. So he has done a fabulous job. If you guys want to reach out and just say hi to him, he would love to say hi to you. And I'm very, very pleased to have him on our staff.
Awesome. So these are two key areas of our business. One is really, you know, a strong communications channel, right, in ACB Media. And then the other, you know, is a revenue driver for the organization, where we are finally able to dedicate a person to overseeing the thrift stores. And the results have been great thus far. And we will see, you know, given the economy and where things are in the world now, given that we've got management oversight of these stores, just how, you know, how much revenue we can generate from these thrift stores, right, Nancy?
Correct.
Let's talk about revenue.
Sure, Eric. So for 2022, ACB's board approved a $2.5 million budget for revenue. When I look at these areas, these funds are generated from, of course, convention and convention sponsorships, ACB thrift stores, grants for projects, fundraising, and through individual donations. So our convention sponsorships for this year are about $330,000, and this accounts for about 13% of our revenue, which is a huge amount of money. We have about 12 corporations who have supported ACB for many years, and this year there's also a couple of new ones. These companies have chosen to support ACB during our convention because of the relationship we have developed with them throughout the year.
Absolutely, Nancy. And, you know, it's companies like Johnson & Johnson, companies like ES&S Vote, and others that are first-time convention sponsors that we've developed relationships with over the last year or two.
Perfect. An area that we are starting to see traction in is grant funding and donations from corporations. Grants can provide valuable resources in that they help to find specific projects or fund specific projects or services. We have received grant funds for audio describing in the parks to enable ACB to update our infrastructure, and companies have supported us in developing future ACB leaders. They see how ACB is providing exercise classes during our community events, how we are challenging each other to walk and to have a healthier lifestyle. And this has led to ACB receiving funding for some of these initiatives.
And for the first time, Nancy, you know, a brand new health hero for the Get Up and Get Moving campaign, Nike. And it's been wonderful to establish that relationship over the last 9 months.
All right, something I really liked is they were doing, what was it, walking to Omaha that they were doing. So while you couldn't really walk to Omaha, everybody was trying to get steps in every day so that they would have a healthier lifestyle. So I think that is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Many individuals are helping ACB with these initiatives. Our volunteers who are sharing their time and talent, which we really appreciate, and we could not do what we are doing without them. With these initiatives, there is also staffing and infrastructure expenses where ACB has applied for and received grants to help support what is being done. Fundraising has also seen growth, whether it can be the convention or holiday auction, the raffle drawing, or individuals supporting ACB by purchasing merchandise from the mini mall. We just held the convention auction where everyone had a great time bidding on items they wanted and also bidding against each other. We exceeded our goal of $32,000 for the auction. And I tell you, that was a fabulous night that we had on Saturday night.
Nancy, let's go ahead and talk about expenses.
Sure. Another component of our budget is expenses, which is budgeted at $2.7 million. So this is the largest category in the expenses area is wages and benefits, which is about 48% of the budget. This seems like a lot of money spent on staffing, but when I think of this, we are reaching out through events, social media, and ACB media in ways that we have never done in the past. There are over 400 community events held each month, and along with the many volunteers who help with this, there are 2 dedicated staff members who are coordinating and managing these events. Then there is ACB Media, which is streamed free to the listener and is providing support at our state conventions. Our communications team works hard in providing information through our social media channels. Then there is our advocacy and government team who is working with companies and our elected officials on accessibility issues, along with taking calls from individuals or their family members who are looking for resources. We also have a grant writer and audio description coordinator who is helping with training institutes and promoting the accessibility of audio description. So along with these individuals who are helping with our programs directly, there is an administrative staff who is working behind the scenes to keep information up to date, ensure the donations are tracked accurately, and are supporting many of our ACB events. So while our wages may seem high, there is a lot of work that we are doing behind the scenes to help our community members to stay connected with each other and to be more engaged.
Yeah, it's been remarkable. I've had the great fortune of working for ACB for 15 years now, and to watch the growth of the team over the last few years, the support of this growth in our team by the board of directors. We're able to do much more today for our members in the broader community than we have in the past. We're able to far better communicate the great works of this organization than we have in the past. And that is something that will continue to improve. There's always room for improvement in communication. But there are so many wonderful things that we're able to do to work alongside the members. And it's been really a lot of hard work, but also a lot of fun to be part of it all. Anything else you want to add?
I do not have anything else to add. I'm just very excited to be here at the convention, and I look forward to the banquet tonight.
Yes, me too. Have a great rest of your convention, everyone, and keep advocating.
A logo, ACB in print and braille, American Council of the Blind, together for a bright future.